Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. What we have on the bench, see how clean my bench is now? Just a couple of bits of rubbish there. And there we are, actually have a clean bench almost. Pretty cool, huh? And I changed it to stainless, which is one I was using in my older vehicle. Okay, problem today. So we have a restricted key, JC, somebody else's restricted key system, and the key, well basically the tenants have reported that the lock doesn't work. And on closer inspection here, when I try to put the key in to get the knob off, I found it, I really had to bang it in really hard to get it to work. Now we've got a few problems. First of all, it's on JC, and second of all, the lock is so old that I can't just simply replace the cylinder. I'd need to buy another JC barrel, come back, all these sorts of problems. So let's take this out and let's see what's going on here. So the barrel, for starters, is one of these ones that has this, it's like a PD cylinder, but it's got a circlip and a tailpiece on the back. Second of all, don't know how well you can see that, somebody's jammed a big stick in it, and it's come right through. So that right there is foreign object. I mean, it's a bit stupid jamming it in there, but you know what, I don't mind because I got a job out of it. But while I'm here, I'm going to have to do a full clean on it and a full checking the pins and all the rest of it, just to make sure we're being thorough. So this back part here, I can't really replace the cylinder without, might as well replace the lock. I mean, I could have replaced the lock, but there seems to be no point. Deep down in there, you might be able to see a little bit of floating metal around down there. That's the good luck metal. That's just for good luck. They include that. But since this lock has failed, it looks like that piece of good luck metal is not working, so we're going to remove it. Nice little foreign object right there as well. Okay, so now let's just check. So the most profitable way to be replace everything, allowing the customers to have brand new stuff, and we give warranty and all that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, it's somebody else's system. We don't sell JC, so it's not something I've got in the truck just to throw back on. So the other option is to simply just clean it up, put it back on the door and get it working, and we make a service call and a little bit of labour on top. So as you can see there, we're almost about, we're at least one cut down on all the chambers. Now this is potentially master keyed, this system, so this is where the tricks come in. I'm going to drop my first chamber and I'm picking up a master pin. I'm going to drop the next one. So the master pin will most likely have not as much wear as the first bottom pin, and going by the colour on that, I'm going to use it as a 1. Then I'm going to put that master pin back in there and see how the heights. See, already that's looking better, but unfortunately I'm going to have to take it down a notch and put a 0 in there. So really I don't want to disturb hardly anything here, but the problem is that everything is just so low. So already now, with the movement in the plug, I can see that I can quite easily achieve that depth there. Okay, let's drop this next master pin. So that's a full pin, and it does extremely worn out. And looking at the key now, I'm going to go for a 0 on that one. And a 0 does look pretty good. And what you just didn't see there was I dropped the master pin for the third chamber. Okay, so there's my third chamber. Once again, the tip of the pin is just worn absolutely everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that one back in there. I'm going to grab my master pins, and I'm going to find out which master pin actually needs to be on top. And judging by that, I'm thinking it's probably just a 3. And a 3 looks quite nice. So now I'll drop my 3 out, and I'm going to get rid of this pin because this pin, the tip of it's worn and it's not looking too good. So I'm going to drop that one in there. It's not a 6, could be a 5, could be a 5. And then I'm going to drop that 3 on top and see, okay, no, it's a 4. So it takes a little bit of time to do this. Unfortunately, you've got to go through this one, that one, but the idea is to try and get this cylinder working good again. So now the first 3 chambers I'm quite happy with. The 4th chamber I'm not extremely happy with. So I'm just going to drop that. Let's put that one back, that one fell out. Okay, so just looking at the pin here, I'm looking at probably a 1, I think it is. It's either a 1 or a 2. It's a 2. So what I do is I rotate the plug, I hold in all those pins, and I just drop what I need to. So now I'm happy with the first 4, and the other ones aren't so bad. Now I might just give it a little bit of graphite. Graphite helps build that shear line up a little bit and lubricates them. This cylinder's probably only got a couple of years left in it. Throw a bit of graphite in between there. Can't do any harm. In the right spot. Okay, let's slide it back together. Listen for the click. There we go. Key in. Turns okay. It's a little bit clicky. Okay, let's put on the butcher's apron and bring out the big guns. This is the big gun. 1, 2, 1, 2. We don't have any pinning chart for this. We don't really have anything. It's not our system. We're just basically working on it. Don't even have my rag to wipe this down with. Use this piece of paper. Just want to get any of those burrs. Those burrs away. Okay, and they're all lining up. Taking the key out nice and carefully. Remember how this plug is worn. This is worn halfway between here and Mars. That's how far it's worn. And 3 mask pins, I hate them because they always rotate, or they just never sit flat first go. I don't know why. They just like do that. Listen for the click. Go. Okay. Key goes in nice and smoothly. Turns quite easily. A little bit clicky there. A little bit click on that side. Lifting it up, pulling it down. So we do have a little bit of a click going, which could be the key. We've replaced most of the pins. The thing about it is that I don't want to file this plug down anymore because we've got those 2 mask pins and I don't want them jamming up. So for now, for another year to 2 years, it's as good as it's going to get. Try. Yeah, it doesn't really, it's only when you kind of, because this key moves, it doesn't really line up as well as it should, but it is passable. It could be a little bit nicer if the brooch and the key weren't as badly worn. Anyway, let's go put it back on the door. Works good. And we've managed to remove this many parts from the lock. A couple of pins, a nice bit of twig, and the lucky happy metal. And that's all I got. Thanks for watching.